pangyayari at nagbabatang usapin sa araw na ito, ating ihahaya sa mapatotohanang komentaryo. Senado, merong miyembrong makapili. Senador Bato de la Rosa at Senador Jinggoy Estrada naglabas ng galit sa House Committee. Mga pagbabanta sa loob ng House of Representatives para sa pagpapatupad ng kagustuhan at pagmamanipula ni binulgar dating Pangulong Duterte, tahasang Pinangalanan. At Pangulong Marcos, hinimok ang Departamento ng Nasyonal na Depensa at Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas na gumawa ng estratehikong pagsusuri at itodo ang pag-deploy ng puwersa ng mga ito para sa kahandaan umano sa seguridad ng bansa. Ayan ang mga maiinit na usapin ating tatalakayin punto por punto. Senado, may makapili. Mainit na usapin ang agarang kumalat sa iba't ibang platform media na naglabas ng galit ang dalawang senador na sina Bato de la Rosa at Jinggoy Estrada na di umano merong isang miyembro sa 24 na halal na senador ng bansa ang hindi mapagkakatiwalaan. Sapagkat ang pribadong usapin sa sesyon umano ng Senado ay nailaba sa isang lupon ng media at naihayag at sa kabila nito tahasang din sinabi ni Senador Estrada na ang nahayag na ito ay mali at ligaw na impormasyon base sa tunay na nilalaman ng pag-uusap sa Senado na siyang nagdulot ngayon ng tensyon sa kabuuan ng Kamara. Panoorin natin ang buong kaganapan.
Tumayo po ako rito dahil masama po ang loob ko. I really felt insulted.
24 lang tayong hinalal ng buong Pilipinas at hindi pa natin mapagkatiwalaan ang isa sa atin. It is very unfortunate that this kind of incident happened within our midst. Number one, Mr. President, it creates distrust from among us 24 senators. Ibig sabihin, the next time around that we are going to have our caucus or executive session, hindi na ako basta-basta magsasalita. Baka mamaya, mayroon na naman maglilik sa media. So pangit po, 24 lang tayo dito na senador at hindi pa natin mapagkatiwalaan ang isa't isa natin, Mr. President. Number two, it tarnished the image of the Senate. 24 lang tayong hinalal ng buong Pilipinas at hindi pa natin mapagkatiwalaan ang isa sa atin na pwedeng nag-leak. If indeed, it was leaked by any member of the Senate. Kung ang nag-leak naman noon ay empleyado na nandoon sa loob, well, as a police officer, former police officer, Mr. President, I can vividly recall kung sinong nandoon sa loob. Dalawang staff ni Senator Angara. Si Mavic.
Oh, Attorney Mavic.
Attorney Mavic. At may isang kasama si Attorney Mavic na babae. So, apat silang nalaman ko na nandoon sa loob. Magprangkahan tayo dito. Dapat we have to made into account yung tao na responsable dito. Hindi lang na magsisente ng stern warning sa kanila, kundi the damage has been done. Lumabas na yung balita niya, nasira na kung sinong dapat masira, but I don't care kung masira ang reputasyon ko. Ang sa akin lang, ma-preserve yung ating reputasyon sa Senate. Hindi po maganda yung hindi tayo magkakatiwalaan dito. 24 lang tayo, Mr. President.
And the waiter staff, huwag mo kalimutan yung mga sigod. Yung mga waiter din, yung nandun din
Isama
sila.
natin sa investigasyon
Isama
niya,
natin
Mr.
sila.
President.
So if the chamber wishes, I can ask Senator Nancy Binay, who is the chairperson of the Committee on Ethics, to look into this closely, if it is all right with the body.
Yes, I support, Mr. President, I support the call of Senator Jingo Estrada that yung source nitong news na ito, if it is a politiscope, he has to be called before a hearing para malaman natin kung sinong source niya. At kung hindi siya magsabi ng totoo, I will be the first one to move for the citing in contempt of that media personnel, Mr. President. Ikulong natin yan kung ayaw magsabi ng totoo. Mr. President, this is not a laughing matter. This is serious. Filipino people are watching us right now. Sabi nila, ganyan na pala Senado ngayon, hindi ba pagkatiwalaan? Sila lang nag-uusap, magli-leak pa doon sa media. It's very dangerous, Mr. President. Very dangerous. Masyadong akong disbayado. Thank you, Mr. President.
We agree.
Just before we entered this August chamber, much to my dismay and much to our dismay, there was a news report that identified 8 or 9 senators, and there were names on that list. 8 or 9 senators who wanted to restore the confidential and intelligence fund of the Vice President and the Department of Education. And I wish to tell the people of the Philippines that there was no votation that happened yesterday with regard to the intelligence fund of the Vice President and the Department of Education. In fact, we had an executive session. And I do not know who of our colleagues who scooped or leaked our conversation to this media outlet. I have been a senator here for more than 10 years. And this is the first time that I encountered a scoop or a leakage. I do not know. I do not want to name names. This is a violation of our rules. The majority floor leader will expound it later. Mr. President, we discussed lengthily for almost 2 hours the schedule, etc., of the budget of the Republic of the Philippines. We never touched or we never voted with regard to all the intelligence fund or confidential fund. In fact, we agreed unanimously to remove all the confidential and intelligence fund, not only that of the Office of the Vice President, including not only that of the Department of Education, but all security or civilian agencies na merong confidential and intelligence fund. First on the list, Senator Robin Padilla, Christopher Bongo, Ramon Bong Revilla Jr., Ronald Bato de la Rosa, Jingo Estrada, Lito Lapid, Francis Tolentino, and Cynthia Villar. They are putting us in a bad light, and I condemn this. And I take offense on this. Nakalagay pa, Senator Pia Cayetano is said to be supportive of reinstating Duterte's confidential funds if she can justify the need for them. This is not true. And I hope Senator Pia Cayetano will agree with me. And if I may quote, an scooper told this media outlet that Senators Sani Angara, Francis Escudero, Rafi Tulfo, Aquilino Pimentel III, and Risa Hontiveros are allegedly against the reinstatement of Duterte's secret allocation, which are lodged under the Office of the Vice President and the Department of Education. Mali-mali po itong report, Mr. President. And I think Senator Angara must not be included in this list. And among the offices, Duterte's allocation was part of the 1.2 billion in confidential funds that the House realigned to agencies focused on the West Philippine Sea. Mr. President, tumayo po ako rito dahil masamang-masama po ang loob ko. I really felt insulted. And I think my other colleagues here also felt the same way, Mr. President. And Mr. President, I stand before you and I want to make this recommendation, maybe to talk to this media outlet or to summon this media outlet and ask them who among us violated our rules, who among us leaked what transpired in our executive session yesterday. That's all, Mr. President.
Sa isang banda, pagbabanta umano sa miyembro ng House of Representatives ay agarang umugong. Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez na nawagan ng paninindigan at pagkakaisa laban sa umaatake umano sa konstitusyon sa pagsisimula ng sesyon. Representative Sandro Marcos kinumpirma na may pagbabanta sa isang miyembro ng komite na ayon sa mga naglipa ng pahayagan umano sa iba't ibang network at malaki umano ang epekto sa reputasyon at institusyon ng Pilipinas. Representative Don Gonzales nagpahayag ng pagbibitiw sa PDP laban bilang opisyal at kasapi nito bago ang pahayag nito at pagkumpirma sa dating Pangulong Duterte na siya umano ang nagbabanta sa ilang miyembro ng komite. At ang mga ito ay gawa ng pahayag ni Representative Edsa Lagman na pangalanan umano ang taong nagbabanta laban sa miyembro at konstitusyon. Buong ulat ating tunghayan.
Nakakaisa tayo tumindig kung inaatake ang ating institusyon. Tatayo ako laban sa sinuman na mananakot sa atin para masunod lamang ang gusto nila. Wala pong personalan dito, trabaho lang.
What recent events transpired subverting the integrity of the House of Representatives?
It was done on a certain TV network, and some words were said to malign the reputation of our institution.
Why is the name of that accuser so sacrosanct that we cannot mention it before this body?
Before I will answer, I will resign now as member and officer of PDP Laban. The one who uttered that word is our chairman from PDP Laban, the former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the one who said that, Mr. Chairman.
Sa kabilang dako, sa pagdaraos ng ika-77 taong anibersaryong pagtatag ng Sandatahang Lakas ng Naval Operation Command, Pangulong PBBM, hinimok ang Departamento ng Bansang Pangdepensa at Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas na magsagawa ng estratehikong pagsusuri at pag-maximize ng deployment ng puwersang militar na naaayon sa kasalukuyang hinaharap ng Estado sa hamong geopolitical o suliraning loob at labas ng bansa. Base sa salaysay din ng Pangulo at paghimok din nito sa Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas ang pagpapatuloy at pagpapaigting ng paggamit sa mga espesyalisasyong lakas ng himpapawid, katubigan o lupa o mas kilala sa mga SEAL unit ng Pilipinas at gamitin umano ang kanilang kakayahan at espesyalisasyon sa mga operasyon at pagtatanggol sa konstitusyon at seguridad ng bansa.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am one with the valiant men and women of the Naval Special Operations Command in celebrating your 67th founding anniversary. I congratulate all the officers and members of the NAVSOCOM for closing yet another meaningful chapter in your long and decorated history. As an elite unit of the Philippine Navy, the extensive counter-terrorism training and operations that you have conducted against terrorist groups and other lawless elements, including rescue missions that have greatly supported the AFP's internal security efforts, especially in southern Philippines. NAVSOCOM has also contributed to our efforts to curb smuggling, other illegal activities at sea, so we can watch over the vast littoral area that needs to be covered. More impressive still, through it all, you have embodied grit, fortitude, and courage in ensuring peace, order, and progress in the country. For your commitment to serve and to safeguard the Filipino people, I express my deep and heartfelt gratitude. As we move now from focusing on ensuring internal security for the country, we now have to bolster the country's external defenses. And I exhort the DND and the AFP to maximize and strategically review the deployment of our forces to ensure that their strategies remain responsive to the current and future geopolitical realities. Let us also continue harnessing the skills of our specialized units in preparing for all contingencies. With the NAVSOCOM, with its expertise in sea, air, and land, or SEAL operations, must be utilized to support naval defense and enhance maritime security. I still remember our operators, pero hindi pa SEAL noon, UOU pa lang noon. They were the members of the Underwater Operations Unit na sumasama sa amin kapag kami lumalakad. And I have met many of them, nag-uusap kami ng matagal, and I very well understand the high standards that are set by the then UOU, now SEAL, now NAVSOCOM, for the elite operators of NAVSOCOM to be able to fulfill their mission. I also enjoin the Navy to strengthen the unit's capabilities by partnering with forces from like-minded states to uphold our shared commitment to freedom of navigation, peace and stability, and the rule of law. To this end, allow me to recognize our awardees for their excellent performance and significant contribution to the Navy and to the country. I urge you to continue honing your skills and serve as exemplars, not just as NAVSOCOM personnel, but as public servants. Rest assured that this administration remains firm in its commitment to strengthen NAVSOCOM's capabilities to the acquisition under the revised AFP modernization program. We will likewise support you in implementing programs to enhance your knowledge and skill, as well as ensure your welfare and, equally important, your family's well-being. Together, let us bring stability, peace, and prosperity in our lands and in our seas, all the while standing as a wellspring of hope to our present and our next generations. Malaki po ang papel na ginagampanan ng inyong institusyon sa pagsulong ng isang bagong Pilipinas sa ating panahon ngayon. Inaasahan ko ang inyong patuloy na pakikilahok at suporta sa adhikaing ito. Muli, binabati ko ang NAVSOCOM sa pagdiriwang ng inyong ika-67 anibersaryo. Mabuhay kayong lahat, mabuhay ang NAVSOCOM, mabuhay ang Armed Forces of the Philippines. Maraming salamat at magandang hapon sa inyo.
Mga kamaski, ano sa palagay nyo? I-komento mo sa video ito ang inyong salooban at opinyon. bilang isang Pilipino. Yan ang mga maiinit na balita at pangyayari sa loob ng bansa. At kung nagustuhan nyo ang paksa sa video at ikaw ay bago sa aming channel, maaari bang kami ay inyong suportahan sa pamamagitan ng pag-like, subscribe at hit na din ang notification bell para lagi kang updated sa aming mga bagong video i-upload dito sa Maskaradong Kumintarista ng Pinas TV.